So we're now joined by Julie Robinson, the Chief Executive of the Independent Schools Council. Julie, thank you for joining us. So, I mean, some people might say, well, Keir Starmer's got a point. Why in all these tough times, people are having to pay more tax? Surely private schools should be doing their bit as well, and that his point about money for rifle ranges in Winchester might strike a chord, might it not?
Well, actually, he's got that completely the wrong way around, because disadvantaged areas of Southampton are already benefiting from independent schools. And as Rishi himself said in PMQs, the independent school parents who work really hard to do what they can for their children deserve the choice. You're talking about being the party of choice. They deserve to be able to choose good education, which then takes pressure off the state. And also, these big schools like Winchester, they're doing great partnership work. They're providing bursaries. The sector's existence itself is supporting this taxpayer by saving $4.5 billion every year, educating children privately, and also providing capacity and specialism. So there's a knock-on effect across the whole country's ecosystem of education, where we've got a really positive part to play.
Julie, were you surprised at the attack launched by Keir Starmer in PMQs? Did you know it was coming, or were you surprised by it?
I'm surprised that such a small issue that affects, let's face it, 6% of children's education in the country has become such a big deal. And I have seen it described as an ideological attack. So I'm assuming this is playing on those old-fashioned stereotypes of what independent schools are, which I do feel is really, truly unfair, because the typical independent school in this country is just a few hundred pupils with really striving, hardworking parents doing the right thing for their children. Far from being a problem, these schools are providing extra capacity and specialism, like special needs specialism, by schools like LVS Hassocks. They provide a really helpful aspect of the country's education. So to bash them in that way, assuming they're full of only wealthy children, really is unfair. There's an awful lot of good work done with the disadvantaged directly by our sector.